Here we are. This is May 2023, and we're just outside Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're visiting the Rinconada Canyon Trail. And this is the Petroglyph National Monument. What is a petroglyph? These are actually Indian carvings within large rocks, and they're dating back many hundreds of years, even thousands of years. But remember that the Indians actually ruled this area only 300 years ago. And in the history of human civilization, that's not very long. So here we see these petroglyphs surviving only 300-400 years. That's not really that long. Okay, here we are. Beautiful blue sky. There we see the wind-blown clouds and probably the remnants of a jet trail. It's good and hot. Here we're in the deserts of New Mexico. Now, of course, as we entered the park, there's a nice place to park, and of course they have the public restroom there for the patrons of the trail, and they have large signs explaining the history of the trail and the concept of the petroglyph. Now, one thing they did, oh, there it is. There's the petroglyph. Yep, those are Indian carvings, and there's the sign explaining them. Now, one thing that was interesting about these petroglyphs, you'd see the sign that says, look at the petroglyph, but it wasn't close to the trail. It was obviously carved on a rock that's a distance from the trail, and you'd have trouble seeing it. Now, they don't want you to leave the trail. So no hiking up into the petroglyph. So just view it from the trail. They also warn that there are rattlesnakes that live in that area, and sure enough, as you look in the sand going across the path, the trail of a rattlesnake, or at least a snake. We don't know that it was a rattlesnake. And the lizard is a little more obvious because we see, of course, the imprints of his feet, but the snake, no feet. They're just the imprint of the snake, so it's pretty obvious. Good and hot, beautiful sky. One thing here about the desert is very dry, so you are comfortable.